Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad and you're watching Firewood at the Furnace. If you missed last Wednesday's big announcement, we went live for the very first time from the Woodyard last Wednesday afternoon, and we announced that we're going to have a little open house here at the yard. Several of you have reached out to me since the Eastonmade 1222 arrived and said that you wanted to stop by and try to run it, those of you who don't live too far away. So we had mentioned on the live stream last month that we were going to pick a day and invite some people over if they were interested in trying to run that machine. Well, skip forward to this past week, and I got a message from Andrew Easton, from the owner of Eastonmade Wood Splitters, who said that he's going to be traveling through the area on Friday, this coming Friday, January 27th, and is going to stop by the Woodyard. So I figured, what better time to invite people to use the Eastonmade machine than to have the owner of the company right here on site to answer any questions that you have. So I made that announcement from the Woodyard, thinking I might have 5, maybe 6 people that wanted to stop by and join us. That has turned into quite a much more bigger event than I thought it was going to be. So we are shifting some gears here. We're shuffling some things around. We've added some things, and it sounds like it's going to be a great day. So today I'm going to talk to you more about what's going to happen on there. I'm going to try to build a little stand to hold this tall 4-way wedge for the splitter. I've got to refill the bundle stand, and lots of little projects getting prepared for the upcoming open house. So stick around. So obviously the box wedge is what I've been using primarily on the Eastonmade 1222, but I do have the tall 4-way wedge as well, which will be great for busting up bigger rounds, knottier rounds, the uglier stuff that you don't want to push through the box wedge. So I had some scrap 2x4s left over from the parade float that we did on Christmas with the kids. I had 2 full-length 8-footers that I was hoping I didn't have to touch, because my plan is to use those to put up some more solar lighting here in the Woodyard. So I was able to not get into those, and I salvaged all the other 2x4s that I had and came up with this. So I think this is going to work. This will keep the I don't want the 4-way wedge just laying on the ground and in the mud, and you got to bend over to pick it up. This will make it a nice height to where I can come over and pick it up with the skid loader, and I can even pick it up by hand. It's heavy, but it's not super heavy. But it sits in there nicely, kind of locks in with the 2x4s here on each side of the wing. And I think it needs some blue paint. That way when it's loaded up, we got the proper colors, blue and orange. But that's what I came up with here real quick this morning. Just wanted to show you that. That's how I'm going to keep my wedge from now on. I'll find a spot in the yard that's out of the way where I can keep it and know where it always is. So I think I'm going to put up some solar lights now in the yard, and I'm going to talk to you more about the open house. So you remember back, it's been 3 months ago now, probably, or more, when I put the light up, the solar powered floodlight up at the firewood stand, because when the days got short, when the time changed and it was getting dark at 5 o'clock in the evening, I had customers saying they were coming to get wood and it was dark, and with all the stuff that sometimes is laying here in the yard, I didn't want anybody to trip and hurt themselves coming to get bundles. You see the bundle stand's empty. There's only one left in there, so I've got to refill that today. I've also got a motion light inside the stand there behind, so when they reach into the stand to grab their bundles, it lights up the inside of the stand. But this motion light worked out so well that I decided I'm going to go ahead and put a couple more up in the yard. So I got on Amazon and found a lightning deal to get 2 more of these solar powered lights. So I'm going to do the same thing with those. I'm going to put them on a 2x4 and put them up on the end of some of these rows here to light up the yard a little more at night. So there we go. We've got lights on the end of all 3 rows now. That's row 1, row 2, and row 3 down here. There is lights at the end of all 3 rows. So that should light up the yard pretty good in the evening now. I am going to come over here. I've got a couple wheelbarrows full of bundle grade ash Just went over and resplit some of the stuff out of the pile. I'm going to start making some bundles to refill that stand, and I'm going to talk to you now, finally, about the open house. All right, so here is the deal. When I put that live stream out the other day and made the initial announcement about having this open house, I figured, you know, maybe if I was lucky and it turned out the way I thought it would, I figured maybe 6, 8, 10 people would reach out and want to be a part of it. Figured people that live, you know, within a half hour, 45 minutes, that have never seen or even run a Eastonmade splitter might want to just come stop by and check it out. Well, I was wrong. And boy was I wrong. I got a tremendous response, a lot of emails coming in, and long story short, I think I've got around 30 to 35 people that have RSVP'd and said that they're making the trip. Now, I've got people coming from not only Maryland, but Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Virginia, West Virginia. Some people are even getting a hotel to stay the night because they're traveling a little bit of a distance. So you're gonna recognize some of the names of the people that are coming. Of course, you know Shibe is coming. Andrew Easton from Eastonmade Wood Splitters is coming through the area, so he's going to be stopping by in the afternoon. Other YouTube channels you might recognize is Woodridge Creek, Porter's Adventures. I just got done texting back and forth with Jake from Dude Ranch DIY. Him and Chris are going to make the trip, so they'll be here. And a lot of you all that watch the channel that we interact with, that we've never been able to put a face with a name, we'll all get to meet each other, which will be really cool. I always like to meet the people that I talk with back and forth and actually put a face with the names. So some other exciting things that have developed since that announcement was made is we will now have 4, count them, 4 Eastonmade machines here in the yard for you all to run. Of course, we'll have both of the 1222s here. We're going to have a 916 here from one of my viewers that lives nearby. He's willing to bring his 916 here and show how that thing works, which is really awesome. And now we also have an Eastonmade Axis coming. That's the vertical splitting machine with the log lift, and you got control the wedge with the foot pedal, and you can really control the size of the splits. I've seen them on YouTube and I've watched them work, but I've never ran one, so I'm excited actually to try that thing out. So yep, 4 Eastonmade machines will be here for anybody that wants to run them. For those of you who can't make the trip, I assure you that there will be plenty of footage for you all to watch and to take in and learn about the machines, see some first impressions as we run them. We'll probably go live a couple times between me and the other YouTubers that are here. So you will not be left out. We will interview some people, see where they're from, who they are, and you all will be just as big of a part of it as those who are showing up. So, in addition to that, with all of the equipment that's going to be here and people that are coming, I kind of got into a little bit of a panic thinking how I was going to organize the yard and how I was going to make all this work so that everybody can have, you know, the best time possible. So I have my dump trailer, as you know, and I've acquired 2 additional dump trailers that will be here that day so that the machines can split right into the dump trailers and we can move the wood that we process where it needs to be stacked. So 3 dump trailers, 4 Eastonmade wood splitters. We'll have food here. We're going to have hot dogs. Val's making 2 big pots of chili. We're going to order some pizzas, coffee, hot chocolate, water. We're going to do it up pretty good. Hopefully everybody has a great time while they're here. Fingers crossed the weather is going to be great. I'm going to say that right now. The weather will be good. That's what we're hoping for. So I'm going to walk you around here as soon as I get done making a few of these bundles. Once I get done with the wood here in these 2 wheelbarrows, I'm going to walk you around. I'm going to kind of show you a layout of the yard and how my vision is working to try to coordinate all this and where everything's going to be set up, where we're going to put the machines, where we're going to put the dump trailers, and how we're going to process all this wood. So let me apologize for any wind noise you may get here right up front. It's a little breezy here today, but I'm going to walk you around the yard and show you what I think we're going to do here when everybody shows up. So my 1222 is sitting right over here. The conveyor is already set up in front of it. Let me turn you around here so you can get a better vision of where we are in the yard. I'm tromping through the mud again. Just like the whole winter has gone, just as it started to dry out. We got another little dose of rain last night. But anyway, the 1222 is sitting here next to the conveyor, and I've got all these red oak rounds already bucked up and staged. I was actually going to split those today. That was my plan. However, I think I'm going to leave them sit there for all of us to enjoy and push through this machine together. So right on the other side of these red oak rounds, I've got a few logs of cherry that I brought in, sitting right over here. And then I've got some oak over there. There's some white oak there and some chestnut oak over there. So all that's going to be laying right there. Anybody that wants to run the 500 eyes with the 25-inch bar or the long 32-inch bar on my saw, you're going to be welcome to run those through some oak. I'll make sure the chains are good and sharp for you so you can really feel what that thing does. As we walk over here towards the bundle stand, you see this area that's kind of open right here. I've got all these ash rounds that are bucked up and staged and ready to be split. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Scheib's 1222 right here at the end of the row of this ash. We'll put the log lift side so the splitter will be facing out towards the driveway. And we will back another dump trailer right up to the front of his splitter. So you'll be able to feed these ash rounds right onto the log lift of Scheib's machine. Now this is a pretty long pile of ash here. And what I think I'm going to do at the other end is right here at the back of the camper, we'll set up the Eastonmade axis. We'll face it that way so that the log lift comes down towards the pile, and we can work from this side of the pile using the axis machine. And what I will do for that is I will bring up a couple of IBC totes and set next to that machine, because a lot of this ash is good straight bundle grade material, and as we split with the axis, we can load bundle grade ash right into the IBC totes, which I can then later move with the forks on the skid loader. So that's the plan for the axis. Now for the 916, if we come around the corner here where the Ramsplitter is sitting, the Ramsplitter will be gone, and I'm thinking we can put the 916 pretty much where that's sitting. I've got all this ash. There's three dump trailer loads of ash here that still needs to be bucked up. It's kind of in a messy pile right now, but we can cut on that, feed the 916 that'll be sitting here, and then I will back the third dump trailer right up to the front of the 916. So that's my vision. Four splitters. 3 of them will be working with logs that are already bucked up. 1 of them will be bucking and splitting simultaneously. And for anybody who wants to run saws, there's plenty of logs over there that need to be bucked up as well. If and when we get all 3 trailers filled up, anybody feels so inclined, we can start stacking. My least favorite job. So again, I apologize for the wind, but that's my vision. Let me all know what you think. Got a busy week coming up here. I'm going to tell you about that right now. All right, so I'm sitting in the shed to try to get out of the wind a little bit for you, so I don't have all that wind noise on the video. But busy week coming up here. So you're watching the video today on Wednesday. Tomorrow night is the last Thursday of the month, so you know what that means. It's Thirsty Thursday live stream time. So join us on Thursday. That'll be the 26th. Tomorrow, after you're seeing this video, we start at 8 o'clock Eastern time. It should be a good live stream. Stop by, say hello, a drink of your choice, and you know, we always have a good time cracking jokes on each other, talking firewood, talking equipment, anything you all want to talk about. It's always a good time. Getting together once a month seems to work out well for me. But right after the live stream, Thursday night, I got to make sure I get to bed because Friday morning starts the big day. It's the open house here on Friday, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we've got a lot going on this week. I'm really looking forward to it. If it works out well, we will certainly do it again. If you're coming, if it's chilly, we will have plenty of hot chocolate ready for you. It's being provided by Jeff and Patty Ormiston. They're coming down from New York. You know them. They're part of the Eastonmade family. So they are providing the hot chocolate for everyone, so make sure you thank them as well. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. If you can't be here, we will be sure to bring you all the footage that we can, go live a couple times, and make you a big part of this as well. If all goes well, we will certainly do it again in the future, maybe in the spring or maybe in the fall when the weather is a little more predictable. I hope to see you all tomorrow night on the Thirsty Thursday live stream, but if you can't make it, we will see you on next week's video on Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next time.